Alright, so we're going to take a look at solving some equations that have fractions. So let's go ahead and look at the first one here. And that's ugly, so let's start over. Now let's say that we have q over 15 minus 1/5 is equal to 3/5. Alright, so the first thing that I'm going to do when I have any fractions, let alone three fractions like I have right here, is I'm going to look at the denominators, which are 15, 5, and 5. And my first goal is to find the least common multiple or the least common denominator. So out of 5 and 15, if I count by 5s and 15s, I have 5, 10, 15, and I don't even have to count with that with the 15. I'm already at 15. So that is my least common multiple, 15. Okay. Now in class, we also showed you that we could make a fraction out of the two numbers, 5 over 15. We could reduce it, which would be 1/3. And if you cross multiply, 15 times 1 is 15 and 5 times 3 is 15. So you can get the LCM that way as well. Either way would be okay, but the main thing is that you want to get the LCM. So after we find the LCM, you put parentheses around the entire equation and you put the LCM out in front. From here we want to distribute that 15. So we're going to remember that we have a 1 in front of that q. That's a 1q. And when I take 15 times 1q over 15, that is 15 times 1 is 15 q, and the 15 at the bottom stays 15. I have a minus sign. I have 15 times 1, which is 15, over 5, equal sign, and then I have 15 times 3, which is 45, over 5. Alright, from here, some of these fractions should reduce. So we have 15 divided by 15. That is really 1q. I have a minus sign. I have 15 divided by 5, which is 3. And I have 45 divided by 5, which is 9. Now, if you were to use a calculator to do this, let's see here. If you wanted to do this, you could. If you take 15 times 1 over 15, it's going to give you automatically 1. If you take 15 times negative 1 over 5, it's going to give you negative 3. And 15 times 3 over 5 is going to give you 9. So it would skip this, essentially skip this second step right there, that first step. And that's up to you. If you're using a calculator, you can skip it. Alright, from here we want to go ahead and solve our equation. We have a two-step equation. Where'd my pen go? Whoops. It's not good. So to solve this equation, I'm going to add 3 to both sides. That cancels out, and I have 1q is equal to 12. So that is my answer right there. The q is equal to 12. Alright, let's solve another equation here. Let's see, we have we'll say 3 over 4u plus 1 over 2 is equal to 7 over 8. So I look at my denominators, 2, 4, and 8, and I try to find a least common multiple. If you want, you can make a list. If we count 2, 4, 6, 8, count by 4s, we have 4 and then 8, and 8 is already here, so that is our least common multiple we're going to use. So the entire equation gets multiplied by 8, the LCM. I have 8 times 3, which is 24 over 4, and the u goes behind it, plus 8 times 1 over 2, and 8 times 7 over 8. So let's see, 24 over 4, that becomes 6 u's plus 8 divided by 2 is 4 equals 7. And now we have an equation that we can solve. So I'm going to rewrite this over here so that I can solve it. So we have 6u plus 4 equals 7. I'm going to subtract 4 from both sides. And now I have 6u is equal to 3. And then I'm going to divide by 6. And I have u is equal to 3 over 6 is equal to 1/2. So that would be my answer. Alright, let's take a look at a third equation here. Let's say that we have y over 8 minus 3 over 4 is equal to 5 over 4. I look at my denominators, and my dog's barking at something. Between 4 and 8, my least common denominator would be 8. Alright, so from here, I distribute the 8, and I get 8y over 8. Remember, this is a 1, so 8 times 1 is 8. Minus sign. 8 times 3 is 24 over 4. And 8 times 5 is 40 over 4. Alright. 8 and 8 is going to become 1y. I can put the 1 in front, but I don't have to. 8 divided by 8 is 1. Minus 6 equals 10. We'll write our equation over here. And I see that I have to add 6 to both sides to get y all alone. And I get y is equal to 16. Alright, let's do another one here. Let's see, we have 1/3 y plus 1/4 is equal to 5 over 12. Alright, this time I notice that my least common multiple of 3, 4, and 12 is 12. I distribute, so I get 12 over 3y plus 12 over 4 equals 12 times 5, which is 60 over 12. 12 divided by 3 is 4y plus 3 equals 5. And now I have an equation that I can solve. I'm going to subtract 3 from both sides. Get 4y equals 2. I'm going to divide by 4. And I get y equals 2 over 4, which is 1/2. So y is equal to 1/2. Alright, let's look at maybe 2 more equations here. Let's say we have 2x over 5 minus 1/2 equals 5. Now this time, let's think of this 5 as 5 over 1, since it's not a fraction. You can always make it 1. And so we have a 5, a 2, and a 1, and that makes my least common multiple 10. Remember, I'm counting by 5s, 5, 10. Counting by 2s, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. And I'm counting by 1s, and I'm not actually going to do it, but you'll see that 10's the first number they all run into. So we'd have 10 out here somewhere. All these numbers in between. Alright, so we're multiplying by 10. So that gives us 20x over 5 minus 10 over 2 and 50 over 1. 20 divided by 5 is 4 with an x, minus 5 equals 50. And then we can solve that equation. We'll do it over here. We're going to add 5. We get 4x is equal to 55. We'll write this over here. Divide by 4. And we get our answer, x is equal to 55 over 4. And that's our final answer.